What if the version of you that you're desperately trying to fix was never real to begin with? What if the voice in your head that constantly tells you you're not enough is just an echo, not the truth? What if the chase for healing, becoming, and improvement is the very thing pulling you further from peace? You've been trying to stitch together an identity from pieces that were never truly yours, memories distorted by pain, beliefs inherited like hand-me-down clothes, expectations pressed upon you by strangers who never knew your soul, and now you carry a story, one of brokenness, of striving, of not quite there yet. But the story isn't you. It never was. Close your eyes. Take a breath. Feel the silence beneath the noise. The self you think you are, the one who overthinks, who clings, who pleases, who performs. That self is not the witness, but the weather, a cloud passing through the vastness of your sky. You were born whole, before the names, before the roles, before the scars, and yet here you are, endlessly trying to return to something that was never lost, only covered by shame that isn't yours, covered by goals that aren't aligned, covered by trauma, not as a curse, but as a teacher. You don't need to fix the self. You need to see beyond it. That anxious thought you had this morning, the one about being too late, too much, too little. Where did it go? It came, it stayed, it left, like a ripple on water, like wind through trees. And yet you held onto it, built a monument to it, convinced that it meant something about who you are. But thoughts aren't truths. They are weather patterns, not architecture. Let them pass. You've made yourself the project, endlessly tweaking, editing, rewriting. But what if there is no project? No you to improve, just presence to return to. You've mistaken the image in the mirror for the one who sees. But the witness, the quiet, formless space behind the eyes, that is you. Not the body, not the name, not the stories, not the guilt, not the pride. You are not the brokenness. You are the one aware of it, and awareness cannot be broken. Look closer. When you say, "I'm not good enough," who is speaking? And who is listening? Two voices inside one mind, but only one is real. The speaker is noise, inherited programming. The listener is stillness, truth, being. So often you've tried to fix what you feel, to fix anxiety, depression, fear, longing. But feelings don't need fixing. They need witnessing. Let the sadness rise, let it speak. Let the grief pour through your skin like warm rain. Let the anger quake through your chest like thunder. And then let it go. Don't hold the storm. Become the sky. You are not your wounds. You are the awareness that holds the wounds in loving arms. Even now, a part of you may be resisting, saying, "But I must fix myself. I must do better. I must become someone." But become who? For what audience? You are not a performance. You are presence itself. You are not a journey. You are the space in which the journey unfolds. You are not lost. You are simply distracted by the mind's frantic movements. Every time you try to improve yourself from a place of self-judgment, you are reinforcing the illusion that something is wrong. But nothing is wrong. Everything is unfolding, even your confusion, even your doubt, even your yearning. The moment you stop trying to fix the self begins to dissolve, and what's left? Silence, clarity, freedom. Imagine a mirror covered in dust. You've been polishing the reflection, trying to make it look better, but the reflection is not the mirror. The mirror is already whole beneath the dust, and the dust, just thoughts, emotions, narratives. Wipe them away with breath, presence, stillness. You were never meant to live inside a mental maze, endlessly fixing a character. You were meant to be, to witness, to feel, to open. Look again. You are not the voice in your head. You are the one who hears it. That's why it sounds like a voice, because it speaks to someone. You are the one it's speaking to. You are the space, the observer, the untouched awareness. No trauma can stain that. No fear can reach that. No past can rewrite that. The ego, the personality, the me, that's just an echo of habit, not your truth. Let go of the project, let go of the improvement. This isn't apathy, this is transcendence. The deeper truth is not found by fixing, but by remembering. Remembering the self before the self, the child you were before the world told you who to be. There is nothing wrong with you. There never was. Let that truth settle into your bones. Let it ripple through your chest like calm waters. You are not here to earn worth. You are worth embodied. You are not here to become lovable. You are love uncovered. The self you've been fighting to repair, it's a phantom, a construct made of thought, memory, and reaction. And phantoms don't need fixing. They need releasing. What remains when you release? Stillness, awareness, the vast space that watches everything, yet clings to nothing. That's the real you. And that self doesn't need healing. It is the healer. You are the eye of the storm, the silence behind the symphony, the light behind the shadow. Let yourself return, not to an idea, but to being. Take another breath. Inhale, feel the body, feel the moment, feel the aliveness that exists before any thought of self. You're already here. You've always been. The illusion was the chase. There is a sacred moment just before sleep, just after waking, when the mind hasn't yet remembered who it's supposed to be. In that brief pause, you are no one, not the achiever, not the wounded one, not the anxious thinker, not the past you carry like a heavy bag. You are simply here, breathing, alive, whole. And yet, the moment the mind remembers the story, the self is rebuilt, brick by brick, memory by memory, wound by wound. But what if you didn't rebuild it today? What if you paused and let the structure fall? Who would you be without the self you're trying to fix? Not nothing, but everything. You were taught that identity is necessary for meaning, but meaning comes from presence, not persona. The tree does not have an identity, and yet it stands, strong, rooted, complete. The sky does not remember its name, and yet it holds the stars. You too are enough without explanation. So why do you suffer? Because you've been trying to improve the illusion rather than wake up from the dream. You chase healing not to be whole, but to finally deserve yourself. But you cannot earn what you already are. You cannot become what you've never lost. All that can be healed is your relationship to your thoughts, not the soul. It was never broken. Breathe. Let that thought fall away. Notice how thoughts arise like bubbles from deep water. Notice how quickly they fade. You don't have to grab them. You don't have to build an identity out of them. They're not yours. They're just passing through. You are the ocean, not the waves. Let go of the one who needs fixing. Let go of the one who clings. Let go of the one who hides behind perfection, behind productivity, behind pain. All of it. The effort, the struggle, the improvement. It's just the ego dancing in circles around itself. But the ego is not evil. It's just scared. Scared to dissolve. Scared to be nothing. Because it thinks being nothing is death. But it's not. Being nothing is being free. Freedom is not in more thoughts, more answers, more becoming. It's in unbecoming. Strip away the layers. Remove the masks. Drop the shoulds like old leaves in autumn. And underneath? Stillness. Not dramatic, not flashy, just presence. Simple, quiet being. Do you feel it? Right now, beneath the mind's hum, there's a peace that doesn't move. It doesn't shout. It doesn't argue. It just waits. Waits for you to stop fighting yourself long enough to hear it. This is the part of you that cannot be improved. It cannot be made more spiritual. It cannot be made more worthy. It simply is. A still flame, a silent center. It doesn't need fixing, it needs remembering. But the mind resists this because the ego's survival depends on a problem to solve. And when there's no problem, who are you? This is the sacred fear, the fear of the void. But the void isn't empty. It's full of presence, of peace, of truth. Imagine you're standing on the edge of a cliff. Behind you, your past, your identities, your pain. In front of you, silence. The ego clings to the edge, but the soul, wants to leap, not to die, but to live beyond illusion. So let go. Let go of the self that's always grasping. Let go of the voice that says, "You'll be whole when." There is no when. Only now. Only here. Only this. Now, feel your body. The tension in your chest, the grip in your jaw, the tightness in your belly. That is the body carrying stories. But the body is not the story. Gently breathe into those places, not to fix them, but to acknowledge them. Tell them, "You are safe now. You don't need to protect me from who I am." The body responds to love, not force, to presence, not pressure. You've tried controlling the mind. What if instead you simply watched it? Let the thoughts dance. Let them shout, argue, plead, but you remain still, like the moon watching the tide. Eventually, the storm tires. The waves soften. The silence returns. You are not the storm. You are the moon. And in this moonlit stillness, you will begin to see clearly that the one you've been chasing was never ahead. It was within. It was always within. The seeking ends when the seeker disappears, and the seeker disappears when the illusion of separation dissolves. There is no separation between you and now, between you and God, between you and peace, only a thought. And you are not your thoughts. What does that leave? A spaciousness, a return, a homecoming to what has never left. You are not healing a broken self. You are peeling away the false self, layer by layer, until all that remains is what is real. And what is real? Awareness, stillness, love, not as emotion but as being. You are not on a journey to become. You are remembering that you are. That's the secret. You are already the peace you seek. You are already the light you chase. You were never lost, just distracted, never broken, just buried. So stop, breathe, and let yourself be. No more striving, no more proving, no more performing. Let it fall away. Let the illusion collapse like sand in the wind. And in that sacred ruin, you will find freedom. The self you've been trying to fix doesn't even exist. It was never yours. It was never real. And you are more real than any self. You are silence, you are space, you are love. Welcome home. Close your eyes. Feel the breath come and go, not as something you control, but as something that simply is. Notice the breath doesn't try to be better. It doesn't rush. It doesn't judge. It just moves. It just flows. And in that flow, there's wisdom. The mind resists this kind of peace because peace requires surrender. But you've been taught that surrender is weakness, that if you stop fighting, you'll fall apart. But maybe falling apart is exactly what you need, not into chaos, but into truth. Because what's falling apart is not your essence. It's the illusion. It's the mask. The version of you that was built out of fear, out of expectations, out of other people's stories. Let it crack. Let it break. The world taught you that identity is security, but identity can become a prison. You don't need to be someone. You don't need to define yourself into a corner. You are allowed to just be. Undefined, expansive, free. Can you feel the space opening inside you now? That gentle looseness, that softening of all the places you were gripping so tightly. All that tension came from trying to control the uncontrollable. But peace is not found in control. It's found in allowing. Allowing the breath, allowing the moment, allowing yourself. Even your pain, yes, even that, is not asking to be fixed. It's asking to be felt. Because what we resist persists, but what we meet with presence melts. Your sadness, your anxiety, your shame, they are not enemies. They are parts of you that have not yet been seen without judgment. So look, not with the eyes of the mind, but with the eyes of the heart. Feel your sadness, not as a flaw, but as a signal. I am still here. I need your attention. Your pain doesn't need solutions. It needs your company. And in the light of that attention, something softens, something shifts. The self that you've been trying to fix begins to dissolve in the arms of your own compassion. Not because you got better, but because you remembered. You are not here to earn peace. You are here to realize you are peace. Let's go deeper. Notice the silence behind this voice. That silence, that vast, endless space. That is who you are. Not the words, not the emotions, not the ideas. Just that still, aware presence. The one who watches. The one who witnesses. Have you ever noticed how everything passes? Every thought, every feeling, every image. It all comes and goes. Yet something remains. That something is you. Not the personality, not the story, but the awareness beneath it. Like the sky unchanged by the weather. Yes, storms come, but they pass. And the sky is never harmed. You are the sky. Your thoughts are just the weather. Let them pass. You don't need to fix the rain. You just need to remember. You are not the rain. The self you keep trying to fix is made of clouds, but you are the clear blue beyond. And when you remember this, there is a stillness that returns to your heart, a knowing, a soft yes to life. You begin to see that all this effort to become better was rooted in the illusion that you were wrong to begin with. But you are not wrong. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not missing anything. You are exactly where you are meant to be, in this breath, in this moment, in this now. And maybe, just maybe, this is enough. Let go of the chase. Let go of the striving. There is nothing to get to. There is only the deepening of what's already here. And when you allow that, a miracle unfolds. You stop performing your life, and you begin to live it. Not for validation, not for approval, but for presence, for the joy of being. And in that joy, healing happens. Not because you forced it, but because you stopped getting in its way. Like a wound that closes on its own when you stop picking at it. Like a flower that blooms without being told how. Your soul knows the way. It always has. You don't need more effort. You need more trust. Trust in the intelligence of life. Trust in the design of your own unfolding. Even your confusion is part of the path. Even your mess is sacred. There is nothing in you that is not worthy of love. And when you realize that, the war inside ends. The constant tug of war between who you are and who you think you should be finally stops. And in that silence, you can finally hear your true self whispering, "I'm still here. I've always been here, waiting for you to notice." You don't need to seek me. Just stop looking away. Come back again and again, to the breath, to the now, to the silence. This is where I live. Not in your thoughts, but in your awareness of them. Not in your future, but in your presence. Feel that. Let it take root in your belly. Let it soften your chest. Let it loosen your hands. This is not the kind of transformation that looks impressive. It won't win awards. It won't go viral. But it will bring you home. And home is everything. You are not here to prove. You are not here to perform. You are not here to perfect. You are here to remember, to rest, to return, to be. Nothing more is required. Just this, just now, just you. Take a moment. Breathe again, slowly, in and out. Let it settle in your bones. This truth that you don't need to fix anything, that what you are runs deeper than fixing. Because the self you've been chasing was always a moving target, built from comparison, from fear, from noise. It was never you, just a collection of thoughts about you, a costume stitched together from memory, trauma, hope, and habit. But when you get quiet enough, when you truly stop, you'll notice something miraculous. You're still here, even without the performance, even without the mask. Even when you're raw, confused, lost, or tired, there is a self that exists beneath every version you've tried to become. And that self is not a thing. It's not an idea. It's not an identity. It's a field of being. Silent, spacious, unmoved. It doesn't care what you achieve. It doesn't care who approves. It doesn't flinch at your chaos. It just watches. It holds. It is. This presence is your sanctuary, and it has been with you since before the beginning. It was there before the story started, before the wounds, before the need to be someone, and it will be there long after all of that fades. Come back to it, not once, but again and again, like the tide returning to shore, like the sun rising after a dark night. You don't need to understand everything. You don't need to fix your mind. You don't need to heal in perfect order. You just need to be willing to sit with what is, even when it hurts, even when it's silent, even when it offers no immediate reward. Sit with it, not to escape, but to see that behind every judgment, every anxiety, every resistance is just a younger part of you still looking for safety. Hold them. Not with force, but with gentleness. Hold them like a mother holds her crying child, like the ocean holds the shore. No part of you is too broken for this love. Not your rage, not your guilt, not your fear. They are not your enemies. They are your signals, your bridges. They were only ever asking, can you love me too? And when you do, not in theory, but in the felt presence of now, everything changes. Because when you stop trying to fix the self, you start actually meeting the self, not the illusion, not the performance, but the living, breathing, beating, breaking you. And this you is not small, it is not weak, it is not less than. It is the same force that moves rivers, that grows trees, that burns stars into being. You are that, you are this. So stop trying to shrink yourself into categories. Stop trying to stuff your soul into a checklist. Stop asking the world for permission to be whole. You already are. The self you're trying to fix doesn't even exist because the real you was never broken. It was just buried, under beliefs that weren't yours, under expectations that were too small, under fear that wasn't truth, but habit. And now, you are remembering. You are peeling back the noise. You are waking up. So let it all fall away. The roles, the pressure, the story. Let silence teach you again. Let breath be your anchor. Let this moment be enough. And in this sacred enoughness, you'll discover something so gentle, so powerful, so liberating. There's nothing wrong with you. There never was. You've just been conditioned to believe your wholeness was missing. But it's not. It's here, now, in this breath, in this awareness, in this simple, still presence. You don't need to climb a mountain to find it. You don't need to fix yourself into deserving it. You just need to pause and feel the wind on your skin, the weight of your body, the space between your thoughts. This is where God speaks, not in words, but in presence. This is where truth rests, not in thought, but in being. And in this being, you remember the essence of who you are. You are not your name. You are not your story. You are not your past. You are not your pain. You are awareness. You are stillness. You are love, before love has a shape. And once you taste this, even for a breath, you will never truly forget it again. It will live in your cells. It will color your perception. It will soften your grip on life. And that is the healing, not the fixing of a fictional self, but the remembering of a real one, the silent one, the eternal one, the unbroken one. So rest now. Let the war be over. No more striving, no more performing, no more pretending. Just rest. Let the breath take you. Let the now hold you. Let your soul stretch out across the sky again. Your home. You always were. You just forgot. Now you remember. Stay here. Let this presence soak into your bones. Let it rewrite every lie of not enough. Let it dissolve every illusion of separation. Let it remind you of the truth you've always known. There is no self to fix, only a self to remember. So remember. Now, here, in stillness, And if you need a mantra, let it be this: I am not broken, I am becoming, and I am already whole. Or simply, I am. That is enough, that is everything, that is you.